Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. Ron Nicoletti here. It is just a spectacular Sunday afternoon. We're going to look at all 10 races, and we're going to get you the track, the weather conditions, and turn it over to track announcer Liam Molinaro.
It's sunny out today in Hollandale Beach, temperature of 80 degrees. The main track and Topeka tracks are fast. In today's first race, there are no changes. And they're off. Good start for Macker and Gallant Knight. Those two head off for the early advantage. Hollywood Mayhem came away running third. Mr. Iceman is fourth to the inside. So they run to the half-mile point, and they're chasing Gallant Knight and Macker. Gallant Knight a length and a half in front. Macker's racing second. Hollywood Mayhem down inside third, a length and a half in front of Mr. Iceman. They're followed up by Roscoe Pine, Don't Answer. Then it's Gallant. Then it's Prince David. As they round the far turn, the trailer is Willingness. He's got about 10 lengths to make up. The opening quarter was 22-2. It's Gallant Knight at the rail. Macker in between. Mr. Iceman 3 wide as they approach the top of the lane. And then it's Prince David. Hollywood Mayhem saving ground as he usually does as they reach the top of the stretch. Macker's under a drive, so too is Gallant Knight. Hollywood Mayhem's trying to split that pair. Here's Mr. Iceman. Mr. Iceman hits the front right at the 8th pole, but he's got a lot of challengers down inside. Here's Hollywood Mayhem, who's coming to the front past the 16th pole. Hollywood Mayhem and Mr. Iceman. These two to the wire. Hollywood Mayhem with the lead. Hollywood Mayhem got it. Hollywood Mayhem fended off the heavy favorite Mr. Iceman. Roscoe Pine ran third. Macker in a photo with Prince David in 103 and 4. And they're off. Bit of a slow start for Better Day. Double Miles was quick away from the inside. There's Star of Jericho, Seedorf, Turbo Fire, My Foolish Notion. Laser's going to be very wide as they corner around the first turn. So it will be Star of Jericho and Seedorf. These two go on with it. Turbo Fire settles down third, a length and a half off the top. And then it's My Foolish Notion, a length and a half in front of Laser, who gets over to the rail now racing fifth, just in front of Double Miles and David Peppermint. Another 2 lengths to Justin Smiles. Another gap of 5 then to Tennessee Waltz, and the slow starting Better Days at the back of the field. So they head up the backstretch run with 5 furlongs left to travel. It's Seedorf now assuming command a half length. Star of Jericho is back to second. Turbo Fire races third just in front of David Peppermint. The opening quarter was a decent tempo, 23 and 4/5 seconds. And then it's Laser racing in fifth just in front of Justin Smiles. And then it's My Foolish Notion. Double Miles is urged to go along to the inside. He's got 10 or 11 lengths to make up. 5 in front of Better Day and Tennessee Waltz. So they hit the far turn run in a strung out field. It's David Peppermint who's assumed command. Is on top by a length and a half. Justin Smiles takes up the Jason second. Star of Jericho's going the wrong way, is backpedaling around the far turn. Seedorf is racing third just in front of Laser. So they come around to the top of the stretch after 3 quarters. In 1:12 and 1, Justin Smiles off the turn in front. David Peppermint's back to second. Laser's running up into third. 1/8 of a mile to go. Justin Smiles has a 5-length advantage, and the margin's increasing past the 16th pole. And it will be Justin Smiles and Joe Bravo coasting through the stretch. Justin Smiles is a race 2 winner. Double Miles from far back to get second. Laser was third. Seedorf fourth. 142 and 2.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And the rock. Drama has good speed towards the inside. The Big Ben came away running in second. And then it's triple threat just in front of Matoto. And Pronto Omeno is the early trailer as they sprint up the backstretch run. It's the 1-5 favorite Drama on top by about 3 lengths here. The Big Ben's racing second. Triple threat down inside third. Pronto Omeno and Zayas race fourth. 5 lengths to make up as they make the entry into the far turn. And Matoto's last. So it will be Drama through a 22-1 opening quarter on a loose lead here. Is on top by 4. The Big Ben is still second. Triple threat has dropped back to the inside. He's gotten shuffled back to last as Pronto Omeno takes third and Matoto takes fourth. So they run around past the 5/16. Drama is trying to put this race to bed. Is on top by 8 lengths as they come around to the top of the lane. The Big Ben is second. Matoto is way out in the center, going to try and make a rally for a minor piece, but as they reach the top of the stretch, Drama's in another zip code coming to the 8th pole. Matoto has taken up the chase in second, but still has 8 lengths to find. It's Drama and Micah Husbands coasting by the 16th pole. Drama simply overwhelms this field, pouring it on in deep stretch. Drama's a 7-length winner. Matoto does complete that exact a good battle for third that went to Pronto Omeno, 112-4. And the rock. Good start out in the center for Swervin. Flying Liam tries to match strides with him. Up on the far side there is Sound of the Beast with Without Pretense moving at the rail. They're followed by Alaric, who's racing 5th as they head up the backstretch run. It is Swervin on top by 3 parts of a length. Flying Liam settles down outside second. Without Pretense is down inside third. He's followed by Alaric, Sound of the Beast, and then it's Banded Rocket and Admiral Mo is the trailer. So they hit the far turn run and they're chasing Swervin. Swervin on top, still 3 parts of a length. Flying Liam right there second. Alaric 2.5 back in third. And then it's Banded Rocket and Without Pretense. Sound of the Beast is urged to go along from 6, and Admiral Mo is at the back of the field. So they head for the quarter pole. Swervin is trying to keep Flying Liam at bay. And then it's Alaric. Banded Rocket is trying to close to the inside. Admiral Mo is out of last. He's trying to close. He's got 6 or 7 lengths to make up as they reach the top of the stretch. Flying Liam and Swervin, these two still locked in battle past the 8th pole. Admiral Mo's run up into third. Flying Liam wearing down, swerving past the 16th pole, and it will be Flying Liam back in South Florida, and he's back in the winner's circle. Flying Liam and Rajiv Marat win it. Second went to Swervin. Admiral Mo is way out of it to get third in 110-1. And the Roth. Slow start for Enzito. Fast start down inside for Valid Sense. Also crossing over from the far outside right there is Fly Commander, Time Restraint, Hillbilly Bob also in the top mix. So as they race at the backstretch run, it will be Hillbilly Bob and Valid Sense. These two go on with it. Time for Restraint is racing in third. They're followed up by Enzito. Authentic Honors down inside. Fly Commander on the far side. Freedom Street's back of the top, Flight Racing 6. And then it's What It Is, the Great Empire Showboats at the back of the field. So they round the far turn. Valid Sense and Hillbilly Bob blitz the quarter in 22 flat. And then it's Time for Restraint. Freedom Street is getting into the race. Has a couple lengths to make up. Authentic Honors down inside. Behind horses. What It Is also going to need a way through. There is an eighth of a mile to go. Time for Restraint is let loose in the center and comes charging after Valid Sense. Freedom Street is also trying to close. Final 16th. Valid Sense is resilient to the inside. Freedom Street's going to give it one final lunge, but Valid Sense and Mia Nichols pull off the upset. Time for Restraint and Freedom Street were in a photo for second and third. Showboat was late on the scene as well in 57-2.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter, you've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
And the Roth. Good start out wide for Turkish Pistachio and Tahlequah. Those two matching strides as they race up out of the chute. Bodacious Queen is right there to the inside as well. Affirming came away running in fourth. Just inside of Quality of Essence, there at the rail is Authentic Wave. The two at the back are Better with Vino and Rainbow Lanes at the back of the field. So they head up the backstretch run. It's Bodacious Queen inside, Turkish Pistachio outside. Those two went the opening quarter in 23 seconds flat. Tahlequah, the debuter, gets a nice setup, two and a half lengths off the lead in third. And then it's Authentic Wave who moves at the rail. In between is Affirming. Quality of Essence is on the far side with 3.5 to make up into the far turn. Better with Fino just went by Rainbow Lane, who's at the back of the field. So they run around into the final 3 furlongs. Turkish Pistachio has shaken loose from Bodacious Queen, but here comes a challenge from Tahlequah. Tahlequah and Turkish Pistachio by the 5/16ths together. Authentic Waves ran into third. Not today for Bodacious Queen. So they come around to the top of the stretch. The half mile was 46-3. Tahlequah's under a dry, but so too is Turkish Pistachio. They may have softened it up for Authentic Wave, who comes on 3 wide. There's an eighth of a mile to go. 3 stacked across the track. Tahlequah in between. Here's Authentic Wave out in the center. Authentic Wave and Jose Morelos gaining the upper hand. Tahlequah's resilient to the inside, but it will be Authentic Wave. Authentic Wave beats Tahlequah. Turkish Pistachio third. Close battle for fourth in 125-4. And the Rock. Accelerize bumped at the start with Brooklyn Guy. It was a fast start for Beastly Speed and McKellen. Here's God's timing on the far outside. Acceleraze is recovering nicely, though, and is challenging Beastly Speed up on the front end as they race out of the chute and onto the main track. God's timing is away running third. Camp Evans down inside fourth. These top 4 really bunching up here, almost 4 in a line. And then we're followed by McKellen. Racing Driver to the inside is 6, 5 lengths clear of Brooklyn Guy, who's at the back of the field. So it will be Accelerize. The 3-5 favorite is up on the front end through an opening quarter in 24 3/5 seconds. Camp Evans is right there along the inside. Now takes that lead back away from Accelerize, who's back to second. God's Timing up on the far side third. Racing Driver down inside fourth. They're followed by Beastly Speed, who got shuffled all the way back to fifth. Just in front of McKellen, and Brooklyn Guy is well out of it. So they hit the far turn run, Camp Evans, but here comes Accelerize. Zayas has the big favorite poised to pounce on the outside. Beastly Speed has run up into third, just went by a Racing Driver, then it's McKellen, God's Timing, and Brooklyn Guy. So they run around to the quarter pole. Accelerize has opened up too. Camp Evans could not match strides. Here's Beastly Speed going to try and challenge from the outside. Racing Drivers under a furious drive from Bravo in fourth. They're off the turn after 3/4 and 12 and 1. Accelerize is shaken up for more by Zayas. Beastly Speed looms a huge threat on the outside. Beastly Speed and Accelerize. And here's Racing Driver on the grandstand side. Racing Driver and Beastly Speed. These two to the wire. Racing Driver continues a red-hot couple of weekends for Joe Bravo. Got up to nail Beastly Speed. Accelerize was back to third. Camp Evans fourth in 1:38 and 2. And they're off. Good start outside for Mystical Bell, who heads off for the early advantage. Dizondo is right there as well. Spinelli is off the pace today. Now comes to challenge Mystical Bell as they sprint for the half-mile point. So it's Mystical Bell outside, Spinelli down inside. These two heads apart for the lead. Dizondo racing third. Golden Beach down inside fourth. There's Zolene just in front of Fire on the Wire. And Practically Famous has gotten shuffled back to the tail. It's Spinelli and Mystical Bell. These two noses apart around the far turn. They want the opening quarter in 22 flat. Dizondo struggling to keep up from third, and then it's Zolene and Golden Beach. So they come around to the final quarter mile. Spinelli's inside, Mystical Bell outside. These two have been right 1-2 from the jump, and they turn for home together. Mystical Bell and Spinelli off the turn. Dizondo is third, Golden Beach fourth. Practically Famous with a belated rally down the center. There's an eighth of a mile to go. Mystical Bell is now getting the better of Spinelli, and Mystical Bell and Zayas kick 2.5 clear. It will be Mystical Bell. She had to work for it, but she's a winner. Spinelli ran a good race, had to settle for second. Golden Beach was up for third in front of Dizondo, 103 and 2.
World Cup. It's all about Nick's go. City of Light keeps going. Arrogate. What a horse! They ran him off their feet in the Pegasus.
And they're off. There goes Lurman and Edwin Gonzalez. They shoot out for the early advantage. Swashbuckle came away running second. There's Virginia City. Awesome Train is 4 wide into the first turn. Steel Sunshine saves ground to the inside, is racing fifth, side by side with Single Dot Yacht. And that leaves Lightning Tones last of the 7 as they run around the first turn. So it's Lurman inside. Swashbuckles right there, though, applying pressure on the outside as Virginia City settles down third, a length and a half off the top. And then it's a gap of another 3 lengths to Awesome Train, who races fourth. Steel Sunshine is racing fifth with 6 lengths to make up with 6 furlongs left to run. They're followed by Single Dot Yacht and 2 more to Lightning Tones, who's going to have to pass them all today. He's some 10 lengths off front running Swashbuckle and Lurman. Swashbuckle and Lurman, these two go at it through an opening quarter in 23 and 2/5 seconds. Virginia City gets a nice setup in third. 4 lengths clear of Steel Sunshine and Awesome Train. Single Dot Yacht is urged to go along in 6, and Lightning Tones continues to trail. So they move by the half-mile point. They're chasing Luraman and Swashbuckle. Virginia City still right there in third. Steel Sunshine's already come under a ride. He's inside of Awesome Train. Lightning Tones has passed 1 horse. That's Single Dot Yacht. So they run around the far turn, come around to the top of the stretch. Remember, this is the first wire. It's Swashbuckle who takes the lead away from Luraman, who's under a drive from Gonzalez. Here comes Steel Sunshine. Lightning Tones is angling way off the rail, coming for a run. It's Swashbuckle. Luraman's fighting tough to the inside, and Steel Sunshine is 3 wide for the drive. They're off the turn. Luraman grabbed the lead right at the top of the stretch, but here comes Steel Sunshine. These two duke it out to the first wire. Luraman and Steel Sunshine. Steel Sunshine's gaining the upper hand, and it will be Steel Sunshine and Edgar Zayas. Lurman ran second. Lightning Tones was third. Awesome Train was up for fourth in 1:44 and 2. And the rock. It was a fast start for Candy Buzz. Breezy Bella's right there as well. Give Me Some Luck came away running third. Up on the outside there is Blonde Jack. As they race for the half-mile point, it's Candy Buzz. The long shots crossed over from post 7 and grabs a share of this lead. Breezy Bella's down inside second. They're followed by Blonde Jack, who's up on the far side third. 2 lengths in front of Gimme Some Luck with Fluffy, and Bolt of Paradise is the trailer. So they round the far turn through a 22 and 1 opening quarter. It's Candy Buzz inside, Blonde Jack outside. Breezy Bella's gotten shuffled back to third, is 2.5 off the top. Give Me Some Luck starting to get urged along from fourth. They're followed by Fluffy, and Bolt of Paradise is at the back of the field. So they come around to the top of the stretch. Candy Buzz is 25 to 1 and has a 2-length advantage coming to the 8th pole. Breezy Bella charging hard down the center. Blonde Jack's tiring to the inside. Give Me Some Luck is closing down the center. Final 16th. Breezy Bella gaining the upper hand, and it will be Breezy Bella. Sammy Camacho to stroll home in the nightcap. Candy Buzz ran second. Give Me Some Luck was up for third in 103 and 2.
That wraps up Sunday's action. We're dark for live racing until Friday, but make sure you come out and join us. We got Silk Simulcast Center. You can watch and wager on all the races right here at Gulfstream Park. And when we're back on Friday, a 9-race card with our first race post, 12:20 p.m.